your life. We're about to have an interview here with Andy Lee, but the photographers are doing their thing. But now we have Andy. Congratulations, Andy.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Limerick, Andy Lee.
I know, yeah.
Let's talk about the battle first, because Falliga of Argentina, he battled very well, really, in the first 4 rounds there.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea how he was going to box, but I didn't, to be honest, he was very negative, you know. I didn't think, but I knew he might box like that. I watched him on tape, and he fought a bit more on the tape, but this, I don't know, he really was in survival mode, and it's hard to box well when somebody's boxing like that, so I just took my time, and then I got a cut, that unsettled me a little bit, then I had to reset, and I took my time, and I knew I'd catch up with him later on. I just kept walking him down, and I knew I'd catch him later on.
Well, he's a good and tough boxer, because Dave Boyd McCauley and Jimmy McGee and myself were in that corner there, and you hit him and it was like the earth moved, and we were only outside the ring, thankfully. But you must know you have some power in that fist.
Well, a lot of time when you hurt a fellow, knock him out, it's not a power shot, you know? Although a lot is to do with power, it's more of the shot he doesn't see. Like at the time of first knockdown, I touched him to the body with a jab, and then I followed up with a jab, and then I jabbed him to the body with a feint. I hit him with a left hand to the chin, and that's what I did. So I was lucky.
It was a well-thought-out battle. But Andy, talk to me as well about coming to Limerick, because obviously you've had private conversations with me, and coming home here to your own city was very important to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's, you know, what can you say? You just heard it yourself. The fans, since the fight was announced, have been fantastic. I've been walking on the streets, people are wishing me well. Everywhere I go, places, you know, that people don't even know me. And look at this now, they're even shouting me. But I got to thank Brian Peters, first of all. Him and his team, they put it on. Without them, there would be no fight. And he put on the fight. When I talked to him, I said, I want to fight in Limerick. And he made it happen, really, him and his people, Brian Peters Promotions. And thank you very much for letting me do this. You know, this is a fantastic occasion for me, for the city, and thankful to everybody who supported me here today.
But Andy, we had many conversations over the years, including in Athens at the Olympics, and you dreamt about being a professional boxer and coming back to Limerick. So is the dream fulfilled, or is this only a step on the journey to the ultimate?
This is the first step of many. Hopefully, you know, one day I'll come back here and fight for a world title here in Limerick, you know. Brian wants to do it, Emmanuel wants to do it. Emmanuel's been here now for the last few days. Very impressed with the city. Everyone has given him a good reception. Even my opponent, people in the street have been thanking him for the fight, wishing him well as me. So that just shows you what a city it is. You know, it gets a bad reputation, but it's not deserved by any means.
Well, it's a very proud city tonight, Andy Lee. Let me move on to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, thank you for joining us here live on RT television on this great boxing night in Limerick. Yeah, I know in previous interviews you've said to me this guy's going to be a world champion, but explain to me what is next for him.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks to a couple of good friends of mine, Irish Terry Cox from Colony, Mayo, and some good friends at Chicago, Perry Mandura and Steve Lipman. But I think that Andy is on his way to the World Championship. This fight was difficult because the opponent was trying to run. So it was very hard for him to really perform. But by the end of 2008, he will be the middleweight champion of the world. And we'll have a great time.
You've consistently said that, but in terms of the journey ahead, 2007, how do you pan it out from your perspective?
Well, right now, there's a fight scheduled for June the 7th between Kelly Pavlik and Irish John Duddy, tentatively. Regardless of whether Kelly loses his next fight to Jermaine Taylor, won't matter because it's not for the championship. So I am negotiating a deal right now with Bob Arum for the winner of the fight between John Duddy and Kevin Pavlik to fight Andy Lee.
Well, tonight is very important for Andy Lee, and I'm just going to give a little surprise here to his niece, because Andy went and collected Bonnie Hickey. So Bonnie, what do you think of your uncle?
He's the best boxer ever.
That sums it up. Just one quick word, Brian Peters. We've been to Belfast, we've been to Dublin. What's next?
Well, certainly with the response that we got in Limerick here, I think Andy could fight here every week. But we're hoping to... Look, what we'd like to do is we'd love to bring boxing out, maybe to Donegal, Galway, Mayo, Cork. Just places that, like, this was the first time ever that there was a professional fight in Limerick. So just more of the same on RTE Sport.
Thank you very much, Brian Peters. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Lee.